So moving on, that takes us to halftime hot takes.
Woo.
Woo. Connor, what is halftime hot takes this week?
Well, before that, I know we always joke about sponsorship, and because I forgot to change the name of our Zoom call, do we have our first sponsor for halftime hot takes?
It could be.
Halftime hot takes brought to you by Bourne Financial Group.
Brought to you by Bourne Financial Group.
If you don't know who we are, that's okay. Just
okay.
Ask our financial advisor.
Just know that they give Connor money.
They do. And it's a good time. I'm into it. So halftime hot takes this week, Rutledge, is what we did. We did a little thought exercise, and we said if we could make our own big three in the NBA that is not currently constituted, who would our favorite big three be and why?
Well, I will tell you my favorite big three, and I'll give them to you straight. This is, if I could combine three players together, I'm going to take Trae Young as my guard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pick up the Joker and get Jokic, slam them together, and then I'm going to add Giannis. And I think that's a dangerous trio of people that you have. Trae Young is going to be your great perimeter, almost like your Steph Curry, Chris Paul guard, who can go down in the paint. You need him, but he's smaller, so he's faster. Jokic is in there for the rebounds, also good for defense in the paint. And then Giannis is going to cover the rest of it. He's going to run the paint, run the floor. He can shoot. He can jump. I'm swearing he wears PK flyers. Like, Giannis can do it all. I am very bought into Giannis and all of his stock. So I think that if you put those two together, you might as well just have a Crown Royal bag to hold all the rings you're going to win, because it's just going to be jingle jangle with that big three.
Jingle jangle. Well, that's hot. But Rutledge, I'm gonna see your big three, and I'm gonna raise you. First off, here's something kind of coming in out of left field here. Rudy Gobert. I'm going to put Rudy Gobert as part of the big three.
Okay.
Now, you quoted Jokic for his rebounding and defense. Jokic is actually best at passing, but that's okay. But you do need somebody. You need a Chris Bosh. Rudy Gobert will be this big three's rendition of Chris Bosh, followed by Steph Curry. I still think that he's got a lot in the tank, but also, he's a good emotional leader, right? He's a guy that can handle a lot of different, just different mentality, and just go out there and play. And third, I'm taking Kevin Durant, 6'10", 6'11", with handles like a point guard and burner phones for days. The news media is going to be all over it. Kevin Durant would be kind of like the LeBron, always be the one, making the news, making the stories, taking all the shots. Steph would be sort of like the D-Wade if we're going to compare this to probably the best big three of all time, that Miami Heat big three. Well, I guess maybe the Spurs big three would be better, but that's for another halftime hot take for another time. But then Chris Bosh would be Rudy Gobert. So those are my guys.
So you're taking your halftime hot take to win your team. You're going to go.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm in it for like the long haul. I think Giannis has found the fountain of youth. It's probably in all the Greek cheeses that he eats.
The Greek cheeses and yogurts and some figs.
Honeys, some figs, some cheeses. He's great, right?
But here's the thing, though, is you've got a lot of championships already between Steph and Durant, which winning a championship, you like just that mentality to know what it's like to go through the whole season. Then you got the playoffs. Then you got to play into June. I mean, that's a long time. So
a long time.
Let us never forget that it wasn't until the Pistons all retired when Jordan started winning titles.
Wow.
So it wasn't until he had to get Larry Bird out of the way, had to get the Pistons out of the way. Not to say that Jordan didn't beat a lot of good guys. I think Jordan is awesome, but we're getting into some more hot takes here from Connor. I think that the only player...
Do you think he would take that personally?
I think Jordan would take that personally. I think that the only player greater than Michael Jordan is the legend of Michael Jordan.
Okay. He
never missed a shot, according to his legend. Was perfect on defense, did all that right.
Played with the flu.
So
right. Was a great teammate, never bullied in the locker room.
Never punched anybody.
Never hit anyone.
That's his legend.
Was nice to Bugs Bunny.
He was.
Love some Space Jam.